All right, episode 201 of the Steven Naismith Show. It's Eric here in Overland Park, Kansas. Ped in Old Swan, Liverpool. Follow Tonians. We've been getting a little bit of stick because Everton wins the match after we do a podcast, and we've been, erratic with our recording schedule, which hopefully
Two in a
we
row,
can.
Eric. We're on a roll.
Yeah. I
Two
mean,
in a
hopefully we
row.
can get on some sort of regular scheduled broadcast, and
I
you
don't
know,
see it. I don't see why not. I'm sure we can start getting this fine. Your bathroom's done now, anyway. So
yeah, the bathroom's done. It's just there's always life in time zones and you know,
there isn't life, Eric. There's only Everton.
yeah,
Apparently.
and unless you're NBC Sports Network and you just kind of tend to forget about Everton and I'm still a little bit teed off about that. The match of the day show over here in the United States didn't start until midnight my time, 1 a.m. Eastern. Well, at least that's when it was supposed to start. But yet there was a half an hour of some motorbike, dirt bike, ramp, jumping, flipping show by Travis Pastrana and some crazy people. And so it didn't actually start until 12:30.
this this
But
this
but
is.
it wasn't that it
Go on.
lasted an extra half an hour because it just started late. No, let's just cut a half an hour out of the show. Oh, and perchance, let's just not show the Everton match.
Well, this is what I don't quite understand about NBC. I mean, you get this. I mean, I can only follow the tweets, but you always see like Men in Blazers saying, "Oh, our show's been put back to like midnight because of the ice hockey and stuff." No, why don't they have a dedicated channel for the Premier League? I don't understand that. They've paid all that money out. Why don't they just have a dedicated channel where they just put all the football, all the Premier League games and all the highlights and things like Men and Blazers? Why don't they just do that instead
You
of?
mean something like Fox Soccer, which
Yeah,
has
well,
which
that's
has now gone away and become
yeah. So,
Fox
but I
Sports
mean,
2, but
surely
yeah.
it's a massive brand, and they've paid a hell of a lot for the Premier League. So why don't they have a dedicated channel where you can find it? I mean, I can understand them wanting to put it on more of a mainstream channel um, to make sure you capture an audience that maybe isn't watching. But why don't they have it on both? Then why don't they have a dedicated channel? So if there are delays in other sports, surely that wouldn't really take much more effort. In these times now of being able to stream online and everything else, why don't they just have a dedicated channel that they know everyone can watch when everything's available, have on-demand games, whatever. I don't quite see that because you're getting short-changed, yet you're paying for it. They're paying for it, and yet
Yeah.
you're getting stopped from watching what you want to watch by things like by sports that I wouldn't even consider sports. Basically, sports that you'd only find in fairs down south in America. Do you know
I
what I mean?
think at one point in this Travis Pastrana dirt bike jumping thing, there was a wheelchair going down a ramp and doing backflips,
See, I'm
which is amazing. But
see. This may be
it's no
made.
Stephen Naismith hat trick against
No,
Chelsea.
now this may be made up, or I might have heard this wrong, or this might be completely true. But I once heard the Premier League got stopped because of a hot dog eating contest.
Oh, absolutely.
There you go. That is amazing. Now, I don't see that sort of proves the point that they need to start upping their game, taking it a little bit more seriously, and and looking after you guys, because that's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous that they didn't just bump the show by half an hour. They just decided to cut half an hour out of it. So
Yeah, but they still managed to show every other match that happened yesterday,
but if you think
except for ours.
but that's not but if you think about it logically, right? I know we're going off complete tangents here, but if you think about it logically, it's not just our game, it's actually Chelsea's game, who are probably one of the biggest clubs,
Oh,
Premier League
yeah, but
clubs
no
in America.
Chelsea fan was going to watch that.
Yeah,
No
but that
Chelsea.
doesn't yeah, but that doesn't matter, does it? That doesn't matter. They've still
Oh,
bumped.
apparently it does.
No, they still bumped. They still bumped probably the biggest Premier League team in America off. That is just. I'd love to have seen it if the results had been the opposite way round. If they would have
But if
bumped them,
there's no
but
video,
still,
it never happened.
yeah, it never happened. But that's still, I find that very, very strange from NBC. Um, that is weird. I just don't get that. What is the point? What is the point of doing that?
I don't understand
You
it.
pay all that money to alienate people. That's just stupid.
So, changing topics.
I'm not even going to rant about our TV coverage over here because that was just equally as bad.
Well, yeah, but how's your hamstring, Ped? Have you torn it lately?
I have to check it after every game now, just in case, because
Okay.
I don't think I'm actually. I don't think I'm actually fit enough to pull a hamstring. I don't think I'm fit enough to pull. I don't think I put.
Get going fast enough to actually.
I don't think my body is got enough. I don't even think my legs have got enough muscle in to pull a muscle. Is it possible to pull fat?
Yes, but it kind of just goes back into place.
There you go. I mean that is the benefit.
It's like if you jiggle a bowl of jelly.
Yeah, that is the benefits of being obese. Okay, my heart will give out a lot earlier, but I'm never gonna pull a hamstring.
So you're not on the marathon running kick at the moment? Because
no,
I'm sure I'm not. No.
I'm more on the Snickers kick, to be honest.
Yeah. We've got ice cream Snickers over here.
Well, so do we. Well, it's not the third world, Eric. That was just a joke because Snickers used to be called marathons in this country. There, eh?
Right.
See what I did there?
I do.
You treat us like a third world country. We actually can get a lot of things that you get. You know, we get like The Simpsons. That's been on for a couple of years now.
Like 2 or 3 now.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm loving the Dukes of Hazzard. That will never get old. And that flag on top of the car, that's one for the future.
Isn't that a classy design?
That is one for the future. That I like that show. I'm basically just ripping off jokes on films here. Miami Vice just got that. Sandals with no shoes is the future.
Have you seen Golden Girls yet? Is Golden Girls on yet?
Golden Girls is amazing.
Isn't that show? I mean, Betty White.
Thank you for being a friend. Going down the road and back again. Love it.
All right.
And possibly my favorite film of all time is just come out here. Teen Wolf. Amazing. I really hope they make a sequel.
Teen Wolf 2, maybe. Electric Boogaloo.
Teen
Wolf 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Maybe change the sport and move it to a different location, and have a different fella in it, but just keep it similar. Yeah. Apart from that, you know, we are vastly different countries.
Yeah. Completely different. You want to talk about soccer?
Why not?
Okay. So Mo Besic gets a start and then pulls his hamstring.
Oh, you Eric, you are a classy guy. You don't even buy me dinner. You just want to go straight into the dessert.
Yeah. Because then my favorite player from last year, Steven Naismith, gets subbed on.
You like Naismith, don't you?
And I do like Steven Naismith. I like the work ethic. I like the fact that if I was it kind of reminds me how I had to play. I wasn't the fastest out there. I wasn't the biggest and strongest, but
So what you're basically saying?
I managed to make plays and get into positions because I was smarter than other people.
See, what I like about Steven Naismith is I like the fact that, you know, he supported the club as a boy and watched games with his dad, and then he got a job in a steel mill, and everyone told me he could never play, and then one day he said, no, I can do that, and he come down and he went to a small community college. And then he got into the team. Then he somehow got into the team, but he was more just like a reserve kind of player, and he was just helping out on the sidelines. And then all the
kind of like a water boy, sort of.
No. And then he was helping out in training, and everyone loved his intensity. And then all the people said to him, all the players came into the coach and said, Stevie's got to play, and they all laid their shirts down, and he said Stevie's got to play, and if he doesn't play, coach, I ain't playing, and he got his chance, and John Favreau was his best friend, and cheered
Oh
from the
yeah.
sidelines, and then they all started to chant for him, Stevie, 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 and I can't wait to see the film where Sean Astin will be playing him.
Yeah.
So
Different kind of football, though, I think.
That was his story. God's honest truth. That was Steven Naismith's story.
Pretty much.
I reckon there's about 98% of the audience that have no idea what I've just been talking about.
Probably not, including myself. But
what are you trying to say to me? You've never seen Rudy?
No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Are you trying to say you've never seen? You've made me spill the beans now, and you're basically saying
because the landscaper lets them into the stadium. It's pretty awesome, and
it's amazing. What a film, Rudy! I love that film.
Yeah.
That's the Steven Naismith story. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Except completely different.
But if there are no highlights of the match, it never happened. Favorite goal?
You're really skimming this one, aren't you? You're really just, no backstory, no build-up, no John Stones talk to get me in the mood. You've really just gone. I'm going to say it. You've gone straight to third base, and I'm not sure whether I'm flattered or whether I'm disgusted by you, Eric.
Am I making you uncomfortable, Ped?
You always do, Eric. You always do.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, let's flush this out a little bit. Yeah. It was an interesting one, wasn't it? It was an interesting game, and I've seen a lot of people beforehand complaining about the lineup and saying there's no wingers in there. And when have we had wingers any time this season? Like, we have a bench full of wingers. We buy wingers. We just don't play them. We sign wingers on new contracts. We don't play them. But it's and everything that was building up to this game was fascinating because of obviously John Stones and Mourinho and obviously coming back off the break, and it really was building up to I don't know.
What was it building up to?
A theatrical scenario, and oddly enough, that's what we got. But we got it from someone that you mentioned there. Bessage starts the game in place of Cleverly.
Yep.
It was a lot more sort of. We were looking to be a lot more defensively solid, and then he gets an injury, and I don't know whether he was forced to bring Naismith on, but if you look at the bench,
he claims that it was tactical.
No, but if you look at the bench, well, Bessage wasn't tactical because he was clearly injured. But you look at the bench. This time last year, he may have brought on Leon Osman.
Yeah.
So, he might have said, "Go on, Leon Osman, go on there," and everyone just stay where they are, and we'll keep playing.
Yeah. Here's my argument against bringing Osman in that match with how the match was flowing. Osman would give us kind of more possession based than attacking, and we weren't really getting overrun as far as possession goes in the middle of the park.
No, we weren't, but it was quite early, wasn't it, in the game, and but you look at the bench, so attacking: Morales, Lennon, Naismith, Delfeu, Osman, and then you've got obviously Funes Mori is the only defender in there. So I suppose, but this time last year he probably would have put Leon Osman on there, and I don't even think Leon Osman was on the bench, was he, for the Spurs game? So
right.
That shows sort of how far he is. Not falling out of favour, that's the wrong word. He's 30-something, do you know what I mean? He should be getting pushed out the side. But by bringing Naismith on and dropping Ross Barkley into the midfield, deeper into the midfield, I think actually that helped us on two fronts. Naismith is obviously, he played in a more attacking role where we've seen him come on at times. And this time last year, he might have brought Naismith on, but he would have maybe put him in midfield and left Ross where he was.
Right.
This year he's put him in more of an attacking position, almost allowed Brom a little bit more probably freedom by bringing him on, and he's let Ross Barkley drop into a deeper midfielder, and I think that not only helped Ross Barkley, but clearly it helped Steven Naismith. But
well, it helped
Ross Barkley because Ross Barkley just dominated the midfield. You know, some people will complain and say he loses the ball too much, but he's such. You don't even have to look at the stature of the lad. I mean, how many times did Ross Barkley get himself between the ball and the Chelsea player and get a foul out of it? He's so big and he's so strong, and he now uses the ball a lot better than he did last season, and that helped as well. So all we could do from that point really when we got Naismith on the pitch was attack it, but I thought it balanced the side really well. I think it just gave us a lot more balance. So you know, it helped both ways, and obviously Naismith's gone on and had an unbelievable game from that point on.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Kicking out at Ivanovic was fantastic. Over here, that got replayed like 18 times. Like, oh, he should be sent off. Oh, he should be sent off. He kicks out at Ivanovic, and
I think that got a small mention on over here, but
yeah, it definitely got played up in the U.S. broadcast as far as that goes, especially as the match went on. Every time Naismith scored, they went back and showed him kicking out at Ivanovic, saying how he shouldn't be on the pitch. But first goal,
great goal, wasn't it? It was a great goal. It was.
Pick up the ball in the middle.
You know, it was the way. I mean, it was almost like slow. So I didn't really notice it till you know it was replayed. But the little sort of double step over, and then to basically turn 180, got the ball wide, and Galloway back in the side, and Galloway's effectively a centre back playing left back.
Right.
But what a great ball! What a great cross! You know, first time, put it in that area
that no man's land from a
that area of uncertainty, you know, where the keeper can't come and the defenders don't want to. And Naismith just kept us running. And no matter what anyone says about Naismith, he's a fantastic header of a ball. He's brave. He can time runs. And it was a great goal. It was a really, really, really good goal. I mean, you know, we've last season we were guilty of overdoing so much of the ball, but I think this is one of the good things about Naismith is he doesn't want, in that position when he picks the ball up, he doesn't want to lay it off and then see that player lay it off and then see that player lay it off and almost pass it. He wants to get it wide and he wants a ball into the box first time, and that's exactly what happened. And I think we've seen already this season that we are such a better side when we do that. I mean, you know, it was a nice build up, and we'll talk about the second goal in a moment, but it was, you know, it's nice build-up, but it's not for the sake of build-up. It is going somewhere, and all three goals in this game demonstrated that whenever play with a purpose and play to go somewhere and actually have players running off the ball and not just static looking to receive the ball, that we're a much better side, and that was clearly shown in this goal. But the simplicity of the goal was why it was so good. There was no need for it to be overdone. It was, you know, nice little turn, pass wide, keep the run going.
Yeah, but split the centre backs.
That is a goal as hard as, you know, any other goal. I mean, that needs a really good pass into Galloway, a really good cross, and a really well-timed run and a good header. And that's those things are not easy. So that for me was a fantastic goal, and you know, they're the kinds of goals I want to be seeing more and more from this Everton side.
Yeah, it's very much something that you would think you'd see on a training pitch. Just kind of, hey, push it out wide, one-time cross in, make the run, and finish. But it's done at speed in a match with people actively trying to defend it.
But the thing about it is that that might be done on the training ground, or it might not be done on the training ground. But the point is that, you know, you got to do it in a match. If you do it in training, then you got to do it in a match. And Everton have been, they have been guilty in the last year or so of just overplaying it, looking for the perfect goal. And
Yep.
the thing about this goal is, and it's also the same with Naismith's.
Well, I was going to talk about Kone's miss. Well, not
Well,
miss,
well,
but
well, what I was
save.
going to say, is that when you move the ball fast,
Yep.
you've got runners like Naismith was yesterday.
When you turn the defender.
Well, it's not even turning a defender; it's running past the defender. You
Sure.
you are running from one space to another while the defenders are defenders for a reason. You know, it's
Yep.
because they aren't footballers. Typically,
Right.
that's why they're defenders, and they don't appreciate the art of running into space, and that's what makes really good centre forwards is the art of running into space or finding space, pockets of space, and knowing where the ball's going to be delivered. And really, Naismith's first goal and third goal were identical in terms of moving the ball fast.
Yep.
And the ball getting played into split space, and Naismith knowing where that space was going to open up and running into it. And we don't see enough of that. What we see at Everton far too much is the player already in the space when the player's getting past him, and that's
Right.
so easy to defend. That is one of the easiest things in football to defend. Movement can't be defended.
Yep.
Real movement can't be defended, so we need to see more of that.
Absolutely. Kone gets on a cross and puts it on net. Amazing save. Then moments later, McCarthy's got a shot and another save. Really, I mean, Everton definitely is turning the screw after the first goal. Then for the second goal, Lukaku's got the ball and finds Barkley streaking into the middle. Barkley puts his foot on it and finds Naismith on the other side. And I mean, my favorite player for Chelsea, Ivanovic, decides to just stand there with his hands behind his back. And there's nothing spectacular about this shot other than the fact that it's completely clinical and placed perfectly. And it's 2-0. People, there's just limbs everywhere. Goodison.
But the second goal again was just me class again. It was the ball being moved with pace.
Yep.
From right to left, Kone, Romelu Lukaku, Ross Barkley. It was just moving the ball quickly. It was almost like watching rugby and a try just got moving from sides going from side to side and
you get an overlap and there's nothing the defense can do at that point.
Because they moved it so fast, they isolated Naismith against Ivanovic,
Right.
And Naismith probably caught out the goalkeeper and Ivanovic by taking it so early.
Yep.
I feel maybe Courtois might have done better with all three goals, but he just drove it into the corner. He just kept it simple in a way. He didn't
Right.
put any bend on it. He did something that you don't see very much from. He hit it straight, true, and hard, and
Yep.
it's exactly where it needed to go. And Spurs at that point, Chelsea at that point were just absolutely shell shocked, and they just didn't know what to do because they'd started and it was, I don't know, the team didn't look balanced and it had a lot of sort of Mikel in it and Matic, and there was.
I was kind of confused why Cahill wasn't in, but
politics, Chelsea
Yeah.
politics. Leave them to it. I wouldn't look any further than just being politics personally with Chelsea because that's just the way they are.
Because I rate Cahill over Terry at the moment. I think Cahill's better than the other center half that they had in.
I think. Well, I don't know. Maybe Zuma was in for his pace against the counter attack and against Rom, but it didn't really work because just doesn't seem to be that good a defender at the moment. Terry was back because he's made his point now about Terry, and they'd lost the previous game against Crystal Palace at home, so
yeah,
who's asked? But there was definitely this.
Not Naismith, I know that.
What I thought about Chelsea was they've got all that attack and flair, and they had a lot of defenders in, And whereas last season he seemed to have a balance between the two, they just didn't seem to have a balance in this game. They're Pedro and Hazard, and you're just looking at them going, are you both playing in the same position? You've Fabregas, who's like, you've got Hazard and Pedro, and their winger was Ivanovic, basically. Doesn't really make any sense. Costa was too busy going around trying to fight with everybody rather than scoring.
Even the ref.
There doesn't seem to be any, as I say, balance to the side. And also there's a massive gap between the forward players and the defensive midfielders, which they played 2 yesterday, because that's how, I don't know, he just seems to be that annoyed about his defenders at the moment that he decides to play two holding midfielders. So I don't know. They just didn't. I don't know. They'll probably just avoid relegation if they're lucky, but we'll see.
Yeah, probably just. And then right before halftime, Chelsea pull one back. I just want to get this on the record. Could Howard have done anything with that?
Not in this world with its gravity.
Right.
I would say. It was a fantastic strike. It was a fantastic strike. It was the only. I think they had 2 shots on target all game. That was one of them. And what are you going to do? Unfortunately, you look at sometimes strikes like that can change games, change the emphasis of games, because at 2-0 we were cruising. We were absolutely cruising. And
I think if that came in like the 30th minute, right after Naismith scored, like with some time left in the first half, that could have happened. I think they would have had time to maybe kick on and possibly get an equalizer in the first half. I think the fact that halftime came soon after that goal kind of gave Everton a chance to catch their breath and regroup and maybe take a little bit of momentum out of it for Chelsea.
Possibly so, yeah, possibly so.
But yeah, if they had more time to build upon that, I think it could have changed it. But the fact that the break came so soon after.
The only thing I would say about that goal is I don't think anyone, I know you wanted to ask me about Howard, but I would be a little bit critical of the midfield that one of the players didn't get out to him faster. To
Barkley Berry were kind of close.
Yeah, I think maybe one of them could have tried. I'm sure they looked at it and go, yeah, go and hit that. But I would certainly I'd put
right, because it would take a perfect strike from that point.
Yeah,
you would think to beat Howard from there.
There are times when you just have to, some people will allow people to shoot from there because they just say, well, it's your possession, you waste them. But it was a fantastic strike. It was a fantastic strike, and
80% of the time that's going into Rosie, and it's not anywhere close to target.
Yeah, it was still rising when it hit the back of the net. That's what kind of strike it was. It was. Yeah. It was not going to be stopped, but towards the end of that first half, there was still, and I know you're saying there about the time they scored, but they still had a few chances. I mean, I think John Stones had to block one, and Ivanovic deflected a Fabregas shot, I think, just wide, and they did for a good 10 minutes after that goal. They did put us under a lot of pressure. They didn't have any shots on target. John Terry had a head over the bar, but they did keep us busy. If they'd had a little bit more luck, they would say that one of them would have gone in, but it didn't. And we defended, resolutely. To be honest, as I say, Tim Howe didn't really have to make a save on the day of any note. So,
nope.
I think we defended as a team. We defended in packs. The defenders were on it. You look at Jagielka and Stones, and you just say, as a pairing. I mean, I did something in the week. It was the combined Chelsea 11, Everton 11, and I actually went for John Stones and Jagielka because I said with centre backs, do you want them to play as a pair? And if you're gonna have John Stones, I said you've got to have Jagielka because they're a pair, and for me they were a better pair than John Stones and Gary Cahill. I just think they are. I think they both know now what their roles are in the team.
But John that right there is why I was saying that I was shocked to see Cahill on the bench, because I think he's the third best.
But they clearly
don't of the squads.
But they I don't know. They just that's up to them. But
weird.
John Stone's role in the team now is just it's gone up a notch. I mean, his performance against Chelsea was just out of this world when
Yep.
you consider everything that's going on. I mean, Cruyff turns in the box, running with the ball, slaloming around three players, and then finding a perfect pass out wide. You know,
Yep.
this
One of
kid.
my favorite moments was when he actually got megged by Costa, but he turns right around, bodies him out of position, and gets possession and kind of just walks away with it.
Well, the suggestion is that maybe he allowed the ball to go through his legs. So
No, absolutely, yeah. It
just
was
because then he had his body between him and Costa, and there's very little Costa could do. You know,
yep.
we've seen him make blocks, challenges. We've seen him do Cruyff turns. We've seen him running with the ball. We've seen him winning headers all day. You know, he comes out with the ball from the back elegantly. And then Jagielka's role is more of the organizer, more of the leader, more of the basic defending, getting basic defending right.
Yep.
He doesn't, you know, when he gets the ball in the space, he just gives it to Stones. I mean, but last year, Distan was giving it to Jags, and then that was creating a bit of a problem.
Yep.
With this pair now at the back, you know, this is why I was adamant that we had to keep him. I couldn't care less
How
about
much?
transfer requests or money or you can't keep unhappy players. That is all nonsense. It's what it matters to Everton Football Club. Nothing else matters, right? And yesterday he proved it. Look at the smile on his face when we scored that third goal. He loves being at Everton. Yes, he possibly his head was turned by a move to Chelsea, but that doesn't mean anything to me. That doesn't matter because once you know you settle these players down and you tell them what's going on, then they'll get on with it. That's you know, what are they going to do? Sulk for 90 minutes? They're just going to end up out of the team very quickly. So I just thought his performance yesterday was remarkable, and this season I've seen him as a player just go up another level for me now. He's just gone up another level.
We haven't mentioned Coleman's name yet. I thought he was fantastic. Thought he did everything that was asked of him plus in the match. Don't remember a pass put wrong by him. Young Galloway, a great performance on the left. Linked up really well with Jagielka. Not many people got between them. Then was able to get forward, work the ball in with Naismith, you know, on the first goal, the assist there. But even just the rest of the match, just really well done, in position, calm on the ball.
Galloway's sensational when you watch him play like that, and you think, what? That's his
third
Premier League. Is that his third Premier League start?
Yep.
Four?
Right.
Four is it? 4 Premier League starts. I think he's had all.
Yeah.
No, 5. Sorry, 5. He's had 5.
No, here's 6. 7. 7. Anybody?
2 at the end of last season and 3 this season.
700th.
So he is just another class player. And when you think he is a centre back, he is actually a centre back. You know, he is actually a centre back. So
yeah, we finished the match with 4 centre backs.
Yeah, but that, you know, that was what it was, isn't it? But what I'm saying, you know, he's a young centre back, and you see him going down the wing and putting crosses in, and that just shows you. I mean, it's the same as Stones. When Stones had to go to right back, he's getting that. I mean, he was doing that for England in the week. He came on a sub at right back and is getting down the wing and playing like a winger at times. You know, he's playing.
See, Roy Hodgson knew what he was doing. He was preparing John Stones for the match against Chelsea to be able to finish it out at right back.
Yeah.
No.
But
Okay.
that shows a different level of player, though. That shows that not only can he defend, but he can go forward and he can use the ball. I think Galloway is just going to get better and better and better. And
yeah, he's 19.
Yeah, he's classy. You know, he's a classy player, and you know, when the future is now, the future is now. When you see players in the team, and you think, well, you can when the time is right, you can move over and play left side centre back. Then you just think, you know, we have got a few things going for us. You know, a lot of times you do buy young players, and you buy young players and you can't see. You just forget. You don't go, oh, we bought him, we might see him out 4 years, which does happen. Or the next time you see them is when they're leaving. But now and again, John Stones is the big example. You only have to wait 6 months, a year, and they're in the first team, and they're making a massive difference to the team. So
yeah, because when you buy Stones, you don't realize that the drop off of Distan is going to happen so drastically, so quickly that there's.
But it wasn't even that.
You have a need for a backup role, but
it wasn't even that with John Stones. It was the fact that I think he got his first game because players were injured over Christmas and suspensions, and he came in and was just so good. And it's the same with Galloway. He's come in. Garbutt was
out on loan, but
no, he wasn't. He was still. He hadn't signed the contract.
Right.
When that West Ham game last season, and Martin said his head wasn't right, and he felt Galloway had to go in, and you look at Garbutt now and you think not signing that contract may have been the biggest mistake you've ever made, because right. You've faffed about, and then this could be this could be you in the side, instead of this guy. So no, I thought they were all brilliant. But going from one extreme to the other, Barry was absolutely brilliant yesterday. From our youngest player to our oldest player, he was absolutely superb. He's coming for a lot of flack recently, but he was fantastic yesterday. Saturday, because there's some games. I think Southampton was very similar. There's some games where it's almost like the team. Well, when we play on the counter attack and it works properly, Barry doesn't have to do anything but sort of defend, and that was shown again yesterday. He was just breaking everything up and then giving it, and then we broke. And when that works, it works. So I thought he had a fantastic game. But most people on the pitch were like 7, 8, and 9s. McCarthy had a great game. Probably his best game for a very long time.
Howard probably 7, 6.
He didn't have to do anything,
just because he didn't have to do anything.
I thought, going back to Ross Barkley, I thought Ross Barkley was just brilliant again. He just gets, for me, this. I mean,
you want to talk about the pass for the third goal?
Well, the whole move of the third goal, he it's the whole of the second half. I mean, you talk about being 2-1 up at half time, and you think. What do you do next? Do you stick? Do you twist? Do you wait for the pressure to come on? But Everton didn't. They soaked it up and then hit on the break as often as they could.
I think we've talked about how that could be an effective strategy, Cotton.
I think we've advocated that strategy a few times, and it seems to be that's our best way. And we lost the possession yesterday, and we won the game, which is it's amazing how often that happens. It's amazing how often that has helped Everton in big games, certainly at home. And but Ross Barkley, every time he got the ball, he was moving it well. He was holding it up. I mean, listen. There are times when Ross Barkley loses the ball cheaply, but that's only because.
Yeah, I kind of asked for him to make a pass a couple of times during the match. Like, just make the pass, Ross.
Yeah, but he doesn't care about you, Eric. He doesn't
care
about you.
It was also like kind of in the attacking third, almost inside of the 18 whenever that was happening. So to lose it there at that moment doesn't completely open you up for counter-talk.
Yeah, but how many times do you think Ross Barkley has to? How many times does he do something that if it works once, it's going to set up a fantastic chance? I mean, how many times does that ball that went through to Naismith get cut out? And it only takes that one time. But what we've seen with Ross Barkley it's not even in the last 18 months. It's just the beginning. Really, it's just the beginning of this season. He's starting
since match day 1. Yeah,
he's starting to get his head up. He's starting to get his head up and look around the pitch and know when it's time for the easy ball or the wide ball or to do the crazy stuff. Now, you can do the crazy stuff like you just said as much as you want when you're on the edge of the opposition's half box and really they've got nowhere to go, or if you lose the ball. He's doing that more and more. It's almost like at times that when he's got the ball near to the bot in like our own half, he'll give it to someone else, get it, then move 10 yards further forward and get it back, or go on a run to make up that ground. Very much like he did when he sort of when in Roberto Martinez's first season. And
Yeah.
it's all starting to come together now. He's making runs at the right time. He's doing most of his passes at the right time. Still does lose the ball, but
Yeah,
don't
there was
forget.
a break with him and Kone and Lukaku that could have possibly been executed a little bit
No,
better.
that wasn't his fault.
Oh no.
He played the ball, and I think Coney just didn't even respond to it. But there are times
It
he
looked
does.
like he might have played it a little late, and Kone had to check his
Ah, no,
run.
no.
That was the only
Coney
thing.
stopped. Coney
Okay,
stopped.
there's
Coney
that.
stopped.
Sure, fine,
You,
whatever.
I seen it. There are
Oh,
times when he will lose the
really, Pat?
ball.
You could see it from your vantage point?
I could, yes, and I had the advantage of having TV screens around me as well. There will be. He will continue to lose the ball. Of course he will. He's 21, 22. He's still a kid. He's not the finished product. But what we're seeing this season is a lot more consistent performances, a lot more experience in his game, and a lot more end product. I mean, that pass yesterday, how many times in the last couple of seasons have we seen that pass not hit hard enough and not get past that first defender? But
Or too hard?
yeah, he makes a lovely run. He gives it into Lennon, who gives him a perfect first time pass back.
Yeah.
Continues his run. This is what we were talking about before about moving the ball at pace and running into space. Plays a lovely little ball into Naismith. Naismith makes a fantastic run. You know, Mike's got lucky with that sort of second touch and drills it into the goal for the perfect pass. And it's all those things coming together. It really is, and we're seeing
Yep.
it. But we're seeing it more and more this season. And let's hope it continues, because I just think you know the likes of Ross Barkley are really what are driving us forward. And we all bemoan the fact that last week we didn't get a number 10 on the transfer deadline day and all this. Maybe it's a blessing.
Maybe they already have one.
Maybe this is the time. And he's not. But the thing is, though, he's not. Yesterday, it's not about him playing axe in the number 10 role. It's
Right.
more about him being able to just go and play in a maybe a little bit, having a little bit more freedom, and being able to express himself a little bit more. And maybe that's what we need to do a little bit more. Ross Barkley, just let him, just wind him up and let him go. Do you know what I mean? Because he's now starting. He's now, I think, starting to get the tools that warrant him being basically allowed to just do what he wants, and dictate how our game is. Because he's honest. He's now starting to look like the player we all wanted. You know, you look at their midfield yesterday, like Fabregas, and they couldn't get near him. They could not get near the lad, and he's so big and so strong, and he's starting to get up here now in the right place in his head.
Yeah.
We always knew he had everything in all the other departments, but he's starting to finally click on. And that was the things last season that there was criticism for. Say people were going, he's not intelligent enough. He's stupid. He doesn't know when to release the ball. He doesn't know when to run. He doesn't know when to pass. We've already seen in the first 5 games of this season that it's already there, and he just has to keep that going, because the more consistency he gets. Don't forget as well, last season he started the season late because of the injury, and then he was in the team, he was out the team, he was in the team. This season he's in the team, and he's in there, and he's getting trusted in more roles. So keep it going.
Knock on wood that he stays in the team. Yeah. There's so many players in that Chelsea team that just went missing, and I think it's a testament to how well Everton played. I think there's all these stories and articles. What's wrong with Chelsea? How come they are so bad? I think Everton just played above their heads yesterday. I think they just played to a different level, and Chelsea weren't able to step up to that level.
And fair play to Roberto Martinez for smelling blood in the water.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, like a lot of teams.
It's stuff that we talked about under Moyes. It's stuff we talked about under Martinez last year. I mean, whenever you have a side on the ropes, do you keep punching or do you step back? And yesterday they kept punching.
But I don't even think it was a case of that. It was a case of how the team had been. Listen, we probably got lucky with Bessage having to go off injured. Of course, we got lucky. But the team was obviously set up to play in a particular way. He did get lucky. It reminded me of 2 years ago when we played Arsenal and Osman went off quite early and Barkley come on as a sub, and we won that game 3-0, didn't we?
Right. So
what I mean is though he
have to make a change.
But he sensed before the game that he didn't look at it and go, well, Chelsea have had 2 weeks off from a defeat. They're going to bounce back like a coiled snake, and we've got to be very, very careful here. He reacted in the sense that, like you just said, this is a team on the ropes. They've lost their last game. They've had, we've got the Stones thing hanging over their head. He knew the atmosphere was going to be great in the ground, which it was. It was absolutely fantastic. He knew all those things were going to be in our favour. So rather than say, "Oh, let's focus on the negative things," Chelsea are going to be, they're going to bounce back and all this. He went, "No, do you know what? Let's add more. Let's add more pressure on."
There's a reason why Chelsea hasn't won matches yet this year.
Because they don't have John Stones.
Well, there's that. Yeah. They couldn't afford to buy a decent center half.
They could. They just didn't. They just didn't. They can afford to do pretty much what they want. They just didn't. And I think that's probably Mourinho's biggest problem with the club at the moment, is that they can afford to do whatever they want. They just chose not to, and it backfired on them. While others like Manchester City just went and paid the money. They just went and paid the money. They wanted a player. They wanted Sterling. They went and paid it. They wanted Kevin De Bruyne. They went and paid it. They weren't asked because they've got it. So have Chelsea, but it's backfired on Chelsea.
Yep. At one point after the match, I kind of tweeted out in more of a statement than a question, but if Stones is playing for Chelsea, is that scoreline reversed?
No.
You don't think?
Don't know. No, I don't really care.
Okay.
I'm honest.
It doesn't matter.
I don't care because he doesn't. He doesn't. Please fair.
3 points. We're up to 5th, I believe, currently.
I don't care. It's September.
Yeah.
I look at the win column.
Yeah.
Not the league.
Yeah.
No. Honestly, no. You don't. Right. The only league right now, and okay, it doesn't make sense what I'm saying quite, but just focus on the win column. Don't focus on anything else. Don't just the win column. And at the moment it says 2 wins from 5, 1 defeat. Just that's all.
So that equals 8 points.
Just that's all you need to focus on, because it's just
it's
too early in the season. It's far too early in the season to even be bothered about the league table. Honestly, trust me on this. When some teams have played teams that will be in the bottom 6 when the season comes. So just focus on the win column for now.
Yeah.
I'm not too. You win nothing in September, apart from Manchester City,
who have won the league already.
Yeah.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back. All right. Well, that was 45 minutes.
Oh, well, we're not going to do much on Swansea, are we? Let's be honest.
No. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. We're back on Polytonians, brought to you by, well, me and Ped.
Hello.
How's it going?
All right.
So, Swansea, away?
Yeah.
Got to go to Wales.
Awesome. Different country.
It is like a whole other country.
It is. It literally is a whole different country. Although it's like over there.
Right.
It's not far.
It isn't very far, is it?
Although it is quite far to get to Swansea. It's
and you have to like go around like the entire everything
to
get there.
It's a pain to get to.
And then it's like in the south of Wales, which is like
Oh,
It's
we want to go to that.
so far to get to South Wales.
We want to go to that place.
Oh.
Yeah. But it's weird, isn't it? Because Swansea were like, if you've gone to, this is what I'm saying about the league table. I was
They're
saying about
seventh, same amount of points.
That's what I'm saying.
One less goal difference.
I was saying yesterday, it was like, if you were to say about Everton and Swansea, Swansea have had an amazing start to the season, and look at them in the table, and we're like above them in the table, and that's what I'm saying. It's just ridiculous. It's less like, look at the table, yeah, so what? They got a draw with Chelsea. Yeah, we beat Chelsea. Stick it, yes.
Hey now.
But that's the point. That's why I'm not too worried.
At least
about
British it up and say arse. That doesn't sound as offensive.
I said ass, as in the donkey thing.
Oh. Okay, then say donkey.
No.
Okay.
What am I?
Then don't.
Yiddish or something?
Huh?
I said, what am I? Yiddish or something?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's been a moment. I don't know. Swansea, yeah. We.
The match feels like it should be set up very similar to any other away match against the side that we should expect to come out and attack. That if we can play on the counter,
it's gonna be one of those games, isn't it? Because again, it'll be open. Swansea play with they use the ball like they still use the Martinez template. Obviously one of his players is now the manager, so. Again, it's another game that will suit us down to the ground. They'll utilise the ball. Listen, they've got good for Ayew seems to be a good. I like him.
Yep.
He's done well so far. Gomez has started the season well. They've got power up front. They've got pace. It's how we look after them. But definitely, it's almost like it's like the Southampton game. It's there's nothing to be feared but fear itself, Eric. It's it's a place that we traditionally
do. There's the fear of everybody getting a hamstring injury.
There is
and
that
that's very real.
Which obviously we didn't even talk about the fact that Coleman went off in the Chelsea game and someone took the right back and Funes Mori came on and did a really long run up the pitch till Diego Costa booted him in the air. Let's just hope that again. I don't know about Coleman. Coleman had he had a bit of a strain when he was away with Ireland. And it looks like when he took that shot with his left foot, it might have. I'm thinking he won't be ready for Swansea simply because hamstring injuries don't seem to right them.
That's fine.
Hamstring injury
right for the derby.
Well, it doesn't really matter. 3 points, 3 points, and you've got West Brom before that.
Yeah, West Brom.
Hamstring injuries.
I can play and beat West Brom.
Oh, okay. Hamstring injuries are,
We beat Chelsea. I mean, we can beat anybody now.
Yeah. The likes of hamstring injury, the problem with hamstring injury,
even though they're sitting 17th.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be a tear. It can just be, a pull, but a pull will take a couple of weeks to sort itself out. That's the problem. Yep. So it'd be interesting to see what the team. I mean, we've got loads of wingers. We could play, lots and lots of wingers, but we ain't got no right backs.
Now we can play like 2 at the back, and 6 midfielders.
Easy. Just play John Stones back there in zone. Jags will be fine.
Yes.
But I just think it's.
Stones a sweeper. Put Jags in a stopper role.
Yeah, awesome. Played 3 at the back with Funes Mori.
Yeah, he looked solid.
Ooh.
Put Funes Mori out on the left and Jags in the middle, Stones on the right.
Or we could play 4 centre. We could play this newfangled 4 centre backs.
Well, we did, and I mentioned it briefly.
Yeah,
we did have 4 centre backs at the end of the match.
Yeah, but we played them as centre backs, so it's like not 3 at the back. It's 4 centre backs, but like they're all standing really, really close to each other. It's a newfangled
like a 4-headed, 6-legged race kind of a thing.
I don't know why you had to take it there, but. No, it's going to be interesting. It's a place we traditionally do quite well at. Obviously, we got beat there last year in the League Cup, which was a very, very dark day for us in the season. We were just terrible. But traditionally, we do all right there, and Roberto Martinez gone back to his old stomping ground. It's going to be open. It's going to be a chance for us to play the way we like to play. And I think after obviously the game against Chelsea. It'll be interesting. We're gonna have to see which way we play. I mean, Naismith sure he's got to keep his position, his role in the side. It's just how how we set up, I suppose.
Yeah, only City and West Ham have scored more goals than us so far.
Maybe we'll just set up in exactly the same way. And,
Why not? We'll put Besic out there and then take him off after 8.5 minutes.
Maybe, yeah. The 8-minute sub. No, but I think it'd be a very open game. I can't see any reason why we can't go there and get 3 points the way we're playing. It suits us. You know, they're not going to close up shop. They can only play one way as well. Although I think we can play more than one way, but so I think you know what, it's about putting the ball in the back of the net, and I think if you know, we've been doing that well this season. I mean, you look at the shot. You have to look at the shot. How many shots we had against Chelsea? I think we had something like 15 shots and 9.
Almost as many corners as they had.
Mm-hmm. And like, you know, we had 9 shots on target. I mean, how often does that happen? So,
right.
There's no reason why we shouldn't be confident going to somewhere.
Absolutely none.
None. They're coming off the back of their feet to Watford. Yeah, just do it.
Just go do these.
Just go do the Swans.
Nike it up.
Just go do them. Let's just win, and let's just keep winning games, and then
get 11 points from 6 matches.
Go win the league or something. I don't know. Do something crazy.
Well, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen, but it would be nice to, you know.
Nice to win something.
Yeah, something. We beat Chelsea, so doesn't that just make the season? When is the DVD coming out from that game?
Don't know.
Don't know either.
I've got it recorded.
Well, there's no highlights of it though.
Watch it when I want.
There you go. Oh man.
Awesome.
It is awesome.
Everything is awesome, like Lego.
Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about, Pat?
No. What is that? So transfer window's shut now. Nothing else is happening.
No.
Happy days. 3 points. Let's do it.
Sounds good. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully these come at you more frequently than towards the end of last season. We're going to try and keep doing better every show. So, come on, you Blues. Let's go.